Okay, I was in the middle of getting another message ready, and I was fixing to record it, and I had all my notes, all my Bible verses wrote down, and I actually did record some of it, and I had to stop in the middle of it because Moses come up to my mind in it, and I had to stop and read through Exodus before I continue on to it, because I think it really could be a good example for it. So in the middle of reading Exodus, I came across chapter 5 I was reading, and something stood out to me that I think people need to hear to be encouraged. When you do what God tells you to do, you step out, you put yourself out there, and then you think you failed. You think, well, God, where's what you promised me? I did what you commanded me. But in 5:22 it says, "So Moses returned to the Lord and said, Lord, why have you brought trouble on this people? Why is it you have sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has done evil to this people. Neither have you delivered your people at all." So this is the first time that Moses came upon Pharaoh to say, let my people go. After God appeared to him in the burning bush, told him to go save them people, give them the instruction, tell them how it all go down. So Moses did it. He stepped out, and now Pharaoh is making the Egyptians work harder on him. When Moses thought he was there to save them, he made it harder, and so the whole swore, "You shall not reduce it, for they are idle." Therefore they cried out, saying, "Let us go and sacrifice to our God." So it wasn't hard enough if the people were already in slavery. Now he's making them work harder. Let more work be laid on the men, that they may labor in it, and let them not regard false words. And the taskmasters of the people and their officers went out and spoke to the people, saying, "Thus says Moses, I will not give you straw. Go get yourselves straw where you can find it, yet none of their work will be reduced." The children of Israel came and cried out to Pharaoh, saying, "Why are you dealing thus with your servants? There is no straw given to your servants, and they say to us, Make brick. And indeed your servants are beaten, but the fault is in your own people." But he said, "You are idle, idle. Therefore say, Let us go and sacrifice to the Lord. Therefore go now and work, for no straw shall be given you, yet you shall deliver the quota of bricks." And the officers of the children of Israel said that they were in trouble after it was all said. "You shall not reduce any bricks from your daily quota." Then as they came out from Pharaoh, they met Moses and Aaron, who stood there to meet them. And he said to them, "Let the Lord look on you and judge, because you made us adherent in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants to put a sword." So now the Egyptians is getting mad. Moses was sent to deliver them out of bondage, and here Pharaoh made it worse. So then, that's what I just read in 22. "So Moses returned to the Lord and said, Lord, why have you brought trouble on this people? Why is it you have sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has done evil to this people. Neither have you delivered your people at all." So that would be pretty discouraging to Moses after God spoke out to him, told him to go to Pharaoh, told him to tell him to let the people go, to do these things, and he sees things getting worse. You know, what a discouragement that might have been. But thank God Moses didn't give up. Moses didn't throw in the towel. He kept on going and obeying God till I think it was like 10 plagues that God worked through Moses to show Moses who the true God was in all the Egyptians, because so Pharaoh didn't accept Moses as God. So he sent all these plagues, and I don't want to get my whole nother message because it's on a whole different subject, and I don't want to touch on it now because it's a bigger thing. But that just stood out to me about God's people not getting discouraged and giving up before you see the end result. Sometimes it looks like it might get better before worse, because see, the devil just wants you to give up. He wants you to throw into the towel before you get the full deliverance, before you get the victory, see? Because he starts trembling and he starts getting scared. He can sense something's about to change, and he's trying to act, and he's trying to do something quick to stop you. And whatever he can put in your head, whatever kind of hindrance he can throw at you, whatever kind of burden he can burden you down with to stop you. But remember, he only tries to stop somebody that is a threat to his kingdom. So don't stop. You're a threat to him, and that's a good thing. You want to be a threat to him. Don't let him put things on you to hinder you, to stop, because it's on its way. Deliverance is coming. Deliverance came through Moses to save the Egyptian people. Did it come the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time? No, it was 10 plagues, wasn't it? Before he finally let the people go. Then after he let them go, then he's chasing after them to get him back again. And there's that whole story. So, do not give up when God lays something on your heart and is telling you to save the people, to tear down the kingdom of darkness. Don't give up. Don't give in to the things that he's trying to put on you to stop you. If Moses would have stopped, we read the story, did we want Moses to stop? What if Moses would have stopped? Moses was just a human being like we are. We think, there was a story in the Bible, but the same spirit that can come and the same God that can come and talk to Moses and have him do that thing, that's the same God we serve. We serve the same God Moses served. So he can do it for us. So let's believe for it.
In spite of the good intentions I have,